Hey, it's Ryan Gillard here with Real Broker, your Calgary Realtor. And today I'm in one of the contenders for most beautiful neighborhoods in all of Calgary. And if you are thinking of making a move to this city, you're going to want to stick around because in this video, I'll take you through Springbank Hill, one of the best neighborhoods in all of Calgary. Let's go. All right, let's get into it. And to start off, I'm just going to show this driving video of one of the scenic parts of the neighborhood. This neighborhood really is one of the most scenic spots in all of Calgary. You've got views of the prairies, the foothills, and the Rocky Mountains. There's some great vantage points in this neighborhood. And it really has everything. This is one of the best neighborhoods in all of Calgary. It's a master plan community, not terribly old. I think it started to be built in 1999. And there's still a lot of new construction happening in the area, which I will get into later. And in this video, I'll go over location, the residential appeal, amenities, parks and recreation, education, the community vibe, development and growth, and the commute. Let's get into it. And I've got the satellite view pulled up here. You can see the area a bit better. Now, it is a big neighborhood. It covers everything from 17th Avenue to the Ring Road on the west side, and then all the way down to the south end of the Ring Road, all the way to 69th Street. So this giant section right here is Springbank Hill. And like many areas in suburban Calgary, there are micro-regions and different pockets of the neighborhood. But I'll give you like a brief rundown. This section over here, 17th Avenue and 69th Street, this is kind of like the hub of the neighborhood, I would say. It's the busiest part. And you've got a C-train stop right over here at the corner of 17th Avenue and 69th Street. There's also a park and ride, so you can drive your car here, get out, and get onto the C-train. This is the West Side Recreation sports complex over here, one of the better sports centers in the city. Across the street, you've got a few different schools over here. There's actually a famous school called Rundle College over here. This is one of like the fancy private schools in the city. People are always asking me where are the best schools in Calgary. They're generally in the better neighborhoods in the city, and there's a whole bunch of the really famous ones on the west end of Calgary where Springbank Hill is. So if you are thinking of schooling options, this is definitely a neighborhood to consider. And I'll get into this as we go along in the video. There's also a bunch of townhouses and condos around this part of town. Now this area is very expensive, but there are still pockets that are affordable. Like there are, again, like the townhouse options that you see over here and some of the condos. As you get into the neighborhood, it's mostly single-family homes that you see over here, but there still are some townhouses scattered throughout the neighborhood. And you will find some really high-end properties in this neighborhood, especially the ones that are kind of backing onto these little ridges that you see throughout the neighborhood, these little green patches. There's tons of trails and walking paths, parks scattered throughout this neighborhood. And you've got fantastic views, like in the video I showed you earlier, just of the Rocky Mountains and the foothills. Down here, there's some semi-detached properties, and there's a mixture of everything. You've got condos, townhouses, single-family homes. This giant yellowish section that you see here, this is still under construction right now. Looks like they're putting in a bunch of condos, townhouses, stores and stuff like that. Across the street in Aspen Woods, this is also a shopping complex. Pretty cool. It actually has a waterfall, one of the nicest strip malls I've seen in Calgary. And if you go further west, this area right here is called Slopeview. Now, I've actually never been into Slopeview because it's a gated community. One of the rare gated communities in the city. You don't really see too many of them in Calgary, but there is a gated community at the far west end of Springbank Hill, and I imagine they've got fantastic views of Springbank. So if I actually zoom out here, so Springbank Hill, not to be confused with Springbank, is this general region that you see over here. So not in the Calgary city limits, this is part of Rocky View County, but essentially it is part of Calgary, but these are all high-end acreages that you see in this area. So Springbank Hill is different than Springbank, just to make sure that's clear for everybody. And the commute time, you can see downtown right here, all the taller buildings. I would say if it's not during rush hour, to get to Springbank Hill or to downtown and back and forth, I'd say it's like 10 to 15 minutes. It's actually not that far of a distance, and you can see here, again, Springbank Hill over here. If you get onto 69th Street to Bow Trail is actually a very quick road. You can go about, I'd say about 70 kilometers an hour, maybe 80, from Bow Trail all the way into downtown. There's only a couple lights, so it's quite fast. You can also take 17th Avenue, which there's like a red light every block, not as fast. And speaking of 17th Avenue, this is known as the Red Mile, but if you keep going west of the Red Mile, there's still lots of different services, shops, restaurants, pubs, all along 17th Avenue. So you've got good access to some of that stuff. There's also a massive shopping center. I'll zoom in a bit here. I'll talk about shopping later on as well. This is the West Hills complex right here. It's a humongous shopping center. It's got everything you could possibly want in that area. So lots of shopping, not too far of a commute, great schools. It is one of the best neighborhoods in Calgary. And the last thing I'll mention here, if you want to go west of Springbank Hill, the ring road is finally complete. And there are some connection points throughout I think it's Boat Trail, and there might be one on 17th Avenue as well, that connect directly to Stony Trail. This just opened this year, and it was under construction forever, it seems like. You can connect from the west side of Calgary now and go past the COP and ski jumps and connect to the Trans-Canada Highway, which I believe is right here. Actually, I'll pull up on the regular map, you can see it a bit better. So here is the ring road. This goes all the way around Calgary. Here's Springbank Hill, and you can connect in a few spots. And yes, so you can connect right to 16th Avenue, which is the Trans-Canada Highway. And this wasn't possible before. You had to go all the way around to either Sarcee Trail or to Crowchild Trail. And with this opening up, it really saves some time if you're getting from northwest Calgary to the west side. And I think it's a great option. It's finally open. And next up, let's talk about Springbank Hill in terms of the real estate stats. And you can see here the total residential price, $875,200, up 10.2% year over year. So it's a high-end neighborhood, definitely one of the nicer parts of Calgary. Some of the best views, real estate, parks, schools, definitely a very upper-class neighborhood, as you can see here. Now, this total residential price is the average of all of these different categories. So single-family homes, condos, townhouses. The average price of a detached home is $1.06 million in this neighborhood, up 12.7% year over year. For townhouses, the average price is $513,400, up 18.8% year over year. Pretty crazy increase. And for your classic apartment-style condos, the average price $366,900. Months of supply, 1.30 months. That means if no one could list a property for sale, it would only take 1.3 months to sell the remaining inventory. And that number is down 44% year over year. So we are in a bit of a housing crisis in all over Calgary. There's just not much inventory, and the buyers are in full force looking to snatch up everything. So a very desirable community. And I'll just show you quickly some of the options I picked out here. So the first one here, this is just your classic condo style property. This is a brand new property built in 2023, sold for $355,000, 667 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So your typical condo fee $323 per month. And I'll just show you some of the photos, not all of them, just to save on some time. So nice looking kitchen, nice looking property, again brand new. And all of this for $355 to live in one of the nicest neighborhoods in the city. So I think that's actually a pretty good deal. And next up, I'll take you through one of my newest listings that came on the market yesterday in Springbank Hill. This is a townhouse built in 2004, 1,300 square feet of total living space, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms with a single detached garage. And I'll quickly show you through some of the photos here. And this one's located right across the street from the West Side Recreation Complex. It's also walking distance to a bunch of schools and a C-train stop. So I won't go into too much detail here just to save on time. Next up, this is kind of your entry-level detached home in Springbank Hill. So the average detached price again was about $1.05 million. You can still find homes like this one for $785. 1,700 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, finished basement, 2-story property built in 2003. And you can see here, it looks, maybe it's a bit dated, but again, built in 2003. And this would be your kind of entry-level option. Looks like it has a pretty big garage, or not big garage, but a big yard. And so that's the entry-level option into the neighborhood. Now the next one, this kind of fits the average of the neighborhood. So a 2-story home built in 2003 has a triple attached garage, 2,576 square feet, so a big property, 4 bedrooms above grade, 3.5 bathrooms, finished basement, again, the triple garage. And you can see some of the photos here. Nice looking home. trying to see the kitchen here. And it looks like it has an updated kitchen as well. And this one just shows you what the average price in this neighborhood looks like. And the next one is a high-end option. Lots of homes like this in the neighborhood as well. This one sold for $2.2 million, built in 2001, a two-story property, close to 4,000 square feet above grade, finished basement, and it has double attached garage. But let's take a look at some of these photos. So a beautiful looking property, nice fireplace. You can see the views, just fantastic views. This is Springbank over here, the Rocky Mountains, obviously. So a beautiful property, and again, stunning views. And this just goes to show you the different price categories in the neighborhood. Moving along, I'll talk about amenities. So I mentioned this earlier, but close to 17th Avenue and 69th Street, we've got the West Side Recreation Center right over here. This is one of the best gyms in the city. And in that same area, we've got the Calgary C-Train stop right over here. And you can also park your car and get onto the C-Train. Across the street, we've got a few different schools. We've got the Ernest Manning High School over here. There's a shopping complex over here, so offices and some retail. We've got Ambrose University across the street. I think this is a religious school. We've also got the Griffith Woods School over here. I think it looks like it's brand new to me. Very nice school. We've got the Springbank Hill Community Park over here. And scattered throughout this area, you'll see different strip malls here and there. If we go to the intersection of 85th Street, we have the Aspen Landing Shopping Center. Lots of different stores in here. Pretty nice looking. Has a waterfall, like I mentioned earlier. And kind of along 85th Street and 69th Street, you'll see different strip malls throughout here. I forgot to mention, so we have Rundle College over here. This is one of the best private schools in the neighborhood. And in terms of other schools, we've got a few others that are in this area. There are some in Aspen Woods, just the neighborhood north of Springbank Hill. We've got the Calgary Academy over here. And we've got Weber Academy just north of there. So lots of different high-end schools in this neighborhood, lots of shopping. And before I forget, if you go to the south part of Signal Hill, the neighborhood just to the east of Springbank Hill is West Hills Town Center. That's this giant yellow section that you see here. This has almost every store that you can think of. It's a massive shopping complex, and that's an easy commute from Springbank Hill. I'd say it's probably a 5-minute drive. And next up, I want to talk about parks and recreation in more detail. So I already mentioned we've got the West Side Recreation Complex over here. But scattered throughout the neighborhood, you can see all the different green paths that are around Springbank Hill. I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you can see it better. You can kind of see it like all the different green areas and these walking paths that are scattered throughout the neighborhood. So again, Springbank Hill is very hilly, and some of these homes, they're backing onto gullies and ravines and stuff like that. And after I zoom in, you can kind of see all the different walking paths right here. It's definitely a nature lover's dream. And just south of Springbank Hill, in the neighborhood of Discovery Ridge, we've got this massive park over here as well. And this looks like they're out in the wilderness somewhere. It looks like you'd see like bears and wolves and stuff like that. Like this is pretty rugged. And there are excellent walking paths throughout this parkland area as well. And you got the Elbow River right over here, which connects to the Bow River in Calgary. So this is all pristine land. And if you are a golf lover, there are a bunch of golf courses around here as well. I'll pull up this map. You can probably see them a bit better. So we've got the Pinebrook Golf Club over here, Elbow Springs Golf Club, the Glencoe Golf Club over here. We've got River Spirits just over here. The Springbank Golf Course, where is it? Somewhere around here. We've got the Springbank Golf Course as well. There's the Valley Ridge Course over here. And here it is, Springbank Links Golf Club. And in Bearspaw, there's also another golf course. And these are all really high-end golf courses, I would say. So if you are a golf lover, this is also a fantastic neighborhood for that. I'd say it's great for everyone. Golfers, cyclists, people walking dogs, running, stuff like that. It definitely is, again, a nature lover's dream to live in Springbank Hill. All right, we are finished here. Now, if you are watching this and you could use some help, I have a buyer's guide, a seller's guide, and a relocation guide. They can be found in the written description or the pinned comment below. And if you are thinking of making a move, I would love to help you out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. And if you have more questions specifically about the west side of Calgary, check out my other video, and I'll give you a rundown of the entire west side of Calgary, which you can find by clicking this link right here. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.